A 7-year-old boy, Leo Sterling, had everything most people could only dream of. He was the cherished only son of Richard and Eleanor Sterling, the brilliant minds behind Sterling Innovations, a tech empire worth billions. Their family was the picture of happiness, living in a sprawling mansion that felt more like a fairy tale castle, complete with gardens that seemed to stretch on forever. Leo didn't care much for the money or the grandeur. What he loved most were the simple moments with his parents. His father, Richard, would spend hours with him, building intricate Lego cities that rivaled real skylines. His mother, Eleanor, had a voice like an angel and would sing him lullabies that could soothe any worry. Their world was filled with warmth, laughter, and an unbreakable bond of love. One sunny Saturday morning, the family was getting ready for a special trip. They were heading to their countryside estate for a weekend getaway, a tradition they all looked forward to. The sleek black limousine was waiting in the driveway, its engine humming softly. Leo, dressed in his favorite dinosaur t-shirt, was practically vibrating with excitement. He'd been talking about roasting marshmallows and stargazing all week. As his father helped him into the car, a flash of white fur caught his eye from across the street. A tiny puppy with floppy ears and big, sad eyes was shivering all alone by the curb. Leo's heart melted instantly. He had always wanted a dog, but his parents were waiting until he was a little older. "Dad, Mom, look!" he exclaimed, pointing out the window. "A puppy. He looks so lonely. Can I please go say hi, just for a second?" Richard and Eleanor exchanged a glance. They were on a schedule, but seeing the genuine concern in his genuine eyes, they couldn't say no. "All right, champ," said Richard with a smile. "Just be quick, we don't want to be late." Leo beamed, scrambled out of the car, and carefully crossed the quiet street. He knelt beside the puppy, cooing softly and offering the back of his hand for it to sniff. The puppy, encouraged by his gentle voice, wagged its tail and licked his fingers. For a moment, Leo forgot all about the trip, the car, and everything else. He was lost in this simple act of kindness. That fleeting moment of compassion saved his life. As Leo was petting the puppy, a loud, terrifying explosion shattered the peaceful morning. He whipped his head around just in time to see the limousine, his family's car, engulfed in a massive ball of fire and smoke. The force of the blast threw him backward, and the world went dark. When he came to, the street was filled with the deafening sounds of sirens and panicked shouting. He sat up, dazed, his ears ringing. All he could see was the smoking, twisted wreckage of what was once their car. His parents, they were gone. The reality crashed down on him with a weight so immense it stole the air from his lungs. He was alone. In the chaotic aftermath, investigators quickly pieced together the horrific truth. The explosion was no accident. It was a carefully planned assassination, a bomb planted in the car intended to wipe out the entire Sterling family. The motive was clear: greed. A rival corporation, desperate to eliminate its competition and seize control of Sterling Innovations' groundbreaking technology, had orchestrated the attack. But they had made one critical miscalculation. They didn't account for a 7-year-old boy's love for a stray puppy. Leo, the only survivor, was now the sole heir to the Sterling fortune and the entire Sterling Innovations empire. A 7-year-old billionaire, created by a tragedy that had ripped his world apart. Leo was taken in by his aunt and uncle, his mother's sister, Martha, and her husband, David. They were kind, but their modest suburban home felt like a different universe compared to his old life. The sprawling gardens were replaced by a small backyard, the team of staff by his aunt's home-cooked meals. But the biggest change was the silence. The house was quiet, missing the boisterous laughter of his father and the gentle singing of his mother. Grief was a heavy blanket that smothered him day and night. Nightmares of the explosion haunted his sleep, and during the day, He was withdrawn, a ghost of the cheerful boy he once was. The puppy, which was rescued and named Lucky, became his only real comfort. The small dog seemed to understand his pain, never leaving his side, a living reminder of the moment that had changed everything. Meanwhile, the corporate world was in an uproar. A 7-year-old was now the majority shareholder of one of the world's most powerful tech companies. While the legalities were sorted out, an interim CEO, a longtime family friend named Julian Croft, was appointed to manage the company until Leo was old enough to take over. Julian was a sharp, trustworthy man who had been Richard's right-hand man for years. He promised to protect Leo's inheritance and legacy until he was old enough to take over. But the corporate sharks were circling. The rival company that had murdered his parents, Apex Dynamics, led by the ruthless CEO Marcus Thorne, saw this as their golden opportunity. As the years battle, he vowed that reflection of his parents' values. Marcus Thorne, however, had not given up. He had watched Leo's rise with growing frustration. Apex Dynamics had been trying to undermine Sterling Innovations for years through corporate espionage and hostile market tactics. But under Julian's guidance and Leo's surprisingly astute insights, the company had only grown stronger. Thorne knew that direct confrontation was his only option left. He initiated a hostile takeover bid, launching an all-out assault to seize control of Sterling Innovations. The media went into a frenzy. It was the ultimate David and Goliath story, the ruthless corporate titan against the boy billionaire fighting to protect his parents' legacy. This was the moment he had been preparing for his entire life. He was now 18, legally an adult, and ready to take his place as the official CEO. On the day of the final shareholder meeting that would decide the company's fate, the tension in the room was electric. Marcus Thorne stood before the shareholders, delivering a slick, confident speech, promising increased profits and ruthless efficiency. He painted Leo as a naive boy, a sentimental child, unfit to lead a global powerhouse. When it was Leo's turn to speak, a hush fell over the room. Without directly accusing him, he spoke of the dark side of ambition, of the greed that can corrupt and destroy. His speech was raw, powerful, and deeply personal. It resonated with everyone in the room, reminding them that a company is more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's a legacy built by people. The vote was overwhelmingly in Leo's favor. The shareholders, moved by his passion and convinced by his vision, rejected Thorne's takeover bid. The room erupted in applause. Armed with the full power of the company and evidence that Julian and his team had been quietly gathering for years, Leo initiated a full-scale investigation into Apex Dynamics. The evidence was undeniable, linking Thorne directly to the bombing that had killed his parents a decade earlier. Marcus Thorne was arrested, his empire crumbling around him. Justice, long delayed, had finally been served. As the new CEO of Sterling Innovations, Leo ushered in a new era. The company flourished under his leadership, pushing the boundaries of technology while maintaining a deep commitment to ethical practices. He never forgot where he came from or the tragedy that had shaped him.
He remained humble, kind, and always accessible to his employees. And by his side through it all was a fluffy white dog, now old and gray, but still his loyal companion. Lucky, the puppy who had inadvertently saved his life, was a constant reminder that even in the darkest of moments, a small act of kindness can change the course of destiny forever. Leo Sterling, the boy who lost everything, had not only reclaimed his legacy, but had also built a better future on the foundations of love, justice, and an unbreakable spirit. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories. Because sometimes the smallest acts of kindness can change everything.